Let's see who's around today. Actually, we're in our period. About every month or so, we give an offer to people who are not members, and we charge only $1, so you could try us to see. And I'm only here in this life to try to help as many people as I possibly can know about the benefits people get for living in this country. I mean, I don't know if there's an I know we give more money to individuals living here than any other country in the world. And the problem I see is that only the rich people get their share or more, and the rest of the people don't know because government doesn't advertise these programs, and nonprofit organizations, they don't advertise. And it represents 40% of our economy is people giving away free money. 40%, that's almost half of everything in our economy, is for free. But you don't know that. And we don't advertise it. The government doesn't advertise it. I feel I'm the only person advertising. Maybe there's a bunch of other hucksters on the internet doing that. But I also believe I should not be advertising these. Not that because they're harmful, but the government should be doing it. The government is really the responsible party for letting you know about these programs. And what happens is the rich people find out about them, and they use the hell out of them. And they're the people who brag that they created all their money themselves. That is absolutely bullshit. It's with the help of the government. Ask Elon if he gets any government money. Yes, $6 million a day. Ask Trump if he ever got government money. His whole family fortune is built on government real estate programs. Yeah. And he himself made his first $1 million with a government program in Cincinnati. So ask Jeff Bezos. He just got $1 billion from the government to open an office in Virginia. They all use it, okay? And they make you sound anything for Parkinson's disease. Yes. Go to Needy, Needy Meds, MEDS. Needy, Needy Meds, MEDS. And you'll see there are people there, nonprofit organizations, that help people with Parkinson's disease. You want to find the latest, things available to see if there's clinical trials that are free to help people with disease. But you cannot use Google. The downfall of the government not letting people know about this is that people go to Google to find out. And Google that won't tell you these. They're in there, like the free money and help for people with Parkinson's disease. Yes, they're in there, but you'll never find them. You put Parkinson's disease and you'll find probably 200,000 programs, and they're all want money from you. These are people that are selling something to make money from you because you have Parkinson's disease. That's what capitalism is. Capitalism is getting money from other people for you to solve their problems. But what happens to the people who don't have money? Okay, that's what I'm trying to do, is show people where to go if you don't have money to solve problems. If you have money to solve problems, fine. And that's why when I first started this, I was helping people who were millionaires get this money. And I was just trying to start a business. It was legal, so I'd try it. And it astounded me that I didn't know anything about these programs. I got an MBA. It's not that I'm illiterate, but didn't know about these. I grew up in a little small coal mining town in Pennsylvania, and it just shocked me. All this money that I've been able to find these rich people to become richer. But why don't the people who really need this money get it first? That's my point. We have too many people in trouble in this country financially. We have more poor people in America as a percentage of population than any other developed country. Okay, what does that mean? A developed country are the rich countries. So all the European countries, about 35 of us, okay? And we have more people in poverty than anybody else, like 17%. Now, how can we call ourselves the best country in the world? And have more people in poverty than any other rich country? I mean, this is just, we're fooling ourselves, we're lying to ourselves, and we're not being good neighbors, we're not being Christian or whatever religion you are. We're here to help other people. I think that's the basic thing about religion, and that's what's good about it. Because it's a human thing in our makeup to do that. But capitalism sort of sometimes runs it out of us. Because we're all trying to get as much money as we can for some reason. We can't even spend it all. It went through my head. I just read that Bezos' son, they have 2 or 3 children from his first wife, and none of them showed up at his wedding. I doubt if his ex-wife did too. But his ex-wife gives away billions and billions of her part of the divorce settlement. And that's why I was thinking, now this is like the 5th business or so that I've had, this community called Let's Go Help, where we help each other get government grants. And we now have 15,000 people that are helping each other get money and help to solve their financial problems. And I wanted to have it at a price that anybody could afford, not only the rich people. And so I wanted to do it for $20. Everybody says I couldn't. I'm not going to make money at this. But any help with credit card forgiveness, yes. I'm sorry, I'm reading questions that are in. What I'm trying to do is maybe spend an hour or so today. That's why I'm not going to concentrate as much of the members as far as non-members, so they know that a service like this exists, because we could help more people if we keep getting members. We get more, we don't get new members, then we can't grow. And I don't know why. Grow is fine. And to me, it's not for the money, because if we make profit, we're giving profit back to members. So every month now, we give up to $50,000 to $70,000 back to members. So the growth is not to create more money. I don't want a yacht. I don't want to go to the fucking moon, whatever these rich cats do. No, I want to help people as much as I can before I die. And I don't have a whole lot of time, maybe 10 years, I feel. Best deal in DC. Thanks, Fred. Actually, all of DC is for free. I'm charging $20. So that's why if we make profit, we're going to we'll give it back to members, because they're the ones that give us the money. So I believe that they should have the profit. And the more people we're able to educate and tell them and teach them how to take advantage of these problems. Part of them is we're not trained to do this. We're trained to spend money in America. That's a good capitalist. You got to spend money, okay? But everybody doesn't have money now. So why do we have more poor people than everybody else? Why is everybody's income? See, I think America's on the downslide. And we were great. We're great for a long time. We've been slipping over the years. And now with this administration, we're just going to slip faster, I think, because nobody's thinking about the future. Nobody's thinking about, solving healthcare problems so we could live longer. No one's thinking about getting people skills so they could contribute more. Nobody's thinking about educating people better so that we can help each other better and create new ideas and things like that. No, nobody's thinking about, hey, how do we attract the best minds in the world that come here and help our country grow instead of them helping their own country grow. Okay, credit card forgiveness. Okay, here's what you want to do. You don't have to give me any money. You go to findhelp.org. Findhelp.org. Okay, if you go to findhelp.org, you put in your zip code, and then you put in, for a code, it'll ask you a keyword, and you want to put in financial counseling. Okay, let's see, who needed help with a credit card. Give me your zip code, Mr. Credit Card. This is somebody on TikTok needs help with a credit card, credit card forgiveness. TikTok, TikTok, okay? Uh, what is your zip code, TikTok? I'll tell you how many sources are there. Come on, TikTok, you gonna give me your zip code? Crypto, yeah, no, I don't do much of that. Okay, I guess that's it. 92040, 92040, okay. 920, okay, I'm gonna go to Find Help now, Find Help. findhelp.org and put in your zip code 92040, 92040, 92040, and hit search, and then it comes up with another. It shows there's 3,000 grant programs where you live and your zip code, 3,000. This is Lakeside, California. Okay, so I'm going to put in financial counseling. I put in financial counseling, and now it's starting to search. Sorry, I can't give you the link, but I could tell you when I put on financial counseling, there's 759 organizations in your zip code that will help you for free to get you out of debt. Okay, now they're not going to give you a check and write off your whole debt. No, you have to do more than that. That's why you need a real counselor that knows all the tools that are available for you to get rid of that debt, how to get some of this forgiven, or how to postpone it, how to do all things, and then also how to find other money programs that give you grants to live on while you're supporting that, how to fight them to not harass you. They can't do that. There's all laws to that. And if you're a member of Let's Go Help, we have all those things sitting there. And one of the things there for people in debt is the forgiveness. Now there's you could get other things forgiven. You could get your past rent forgiven. You could get your past utility bills forgiven. You could get your loans forgiven. You could get your money you owe to the IRS forgiven. All these things are forgiven. Okay, now if you want a report on those major programs for forgiveness, let me give you how multifamily real estate grant. Yes, there's a lot of money for that. But let me tell you about the loan forgiveness report I have for free. So if you're not a member, if you're a member, you could get this in under Unlock My Goals. If you go to Unlock My Goals and then look for the item on bills and debt. So bills, expenses, and debt. You click on that and you'll see all the sources for help, okay, for getting forgiveness and getting rid of the credit card debt and how to do that. And every website we give you will be free. Nobody will ever charge you money. Sometimes I screw up, or somebody changes their situation. But here, if you're not a member, also do this. Go to this website, tiny, TINY, URL.com/Lesko, LESKO, forgiveness. Tiny URL.com/Lesko, LESKO, forgiveness. Okay, if somebody write that in on YouTube and on TikTok, it would be very helpful to people, okay, because they're going to come in later and they won't know. It helps to pay light bill since June I still haven't. Okay, I signed up with a company that helps you pay. Well, if they're a company, I'd be careful with signing up for a company. They want to make money off of you. Make sure I would only go to organizations that have .org or .gov. What to do, if you still I remember seeing you on TV. Yes. Uh, what to do is, if you still have that utility problem, go to findhelp.org. I mean, if you remember Let's Go Help, go and get the report on paying your bills and expenses and debt. But if you're not, then go to findhelp.org, okay? And you put in your zip code, and then you put in utilities. Now, when you do that, you're going to get probably 50 to 100 organizations where you live to help with utilities. Now, just look at city in California has 738 organizations to help with financial counseling. There's lots of free help, but then you have to do work. See, when you get that list, you have to start calling. I know we don't like to do that. Everybody would just say, okay, tell me where to go, and I'll fill out an application and hope I get the money. No, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. That's what I mean. We don't teach people how to do this. We teach people, we're taught by Google, and Google teaches you that everything's easy. May I join your group in question? Yes, you can join us right now. You join us at letsgodollar.com. Okay, so that's letsgodollar.com. I have something here. Oh, I know I have it. There it is, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay, letsgodollar.com. If you want to join us, that's where we are. And it's only $1. And you get 5 days of unlimited help to apply to every program you're eligible for. So you hear what I'm doing now, how I point you to the place. I show you where it is. We have prepackaged. And more important about what we have is members that help members. We have 15,000 members now, okay? 15,000. I mean, I think that's astounding, to tell you the truth. But maybe I'm just small-minded. But I think it's great. So there's not billions. Thank God, because I probably can't handle it. And all I want to do is make a living and help people. And so with 15,000, what happened is the people are helping people. So it's not only me. It's people helping people. So all members are helping each other get this information. And that's just remarkable to me. And they volunteer to help each other. They're live. And this is one-on-one help to other people who already got this money. And they show you how they got it, okay? And that's what's available. And that is really cool. So you have people that are paying us money to help other people for free, because they'll take their time to help other people after they learn how to do something. Now, isn't that terrific? I mean, like I say, I'm biased, but I think so. So that's what you should be aware of, these things. BlackRock is one of the largest investors in prisons, and they've been vastly pleased with the run. Yes, they are. There's a lot more money on the prison industry. And speaking of the prison industry, what we're doing is sending people, what they're rounding up people who are undocumented and here, and they're sending them to Gitmo. Okay, that's Guantanamo Bay. That's a jail we have out of the country, so we don't have to worry about the laws and about the Constitution and things like that. Well, Gitmo, they're sending people there now. They're picking up on the street and sending them to Gitmo. It cost the government $31 million for every person they send to Gitmo. You hear that? $31 million a year. So if the person stays there a year, you and I are paying them $31 million to detain them in Gitmo. A normal jail only costs about $40,000 or $50,000 a year. Gitmo costs $31 million. Wow, how bad is that? Where's Doge when you need it? Why didn't Doge get rid of that sucker? No, they'd rather get rid of education or healthcare and things like that, I guess. But boy, that's a lot of money. You know, somebody's making a good piece of change there. And you're right. See, it's the rich people. They get the contracts, and they make all the money from our taxes. So we're giving taxes to people, to other Americans. That's fine. You know, you could get government contracts too. That's why I believe a government contract is better to get than a grant, because a grant is only usually one time. A contract is forever. Now, wouldn't you rather get money from the government forever? Yes. My sister was doing framing pictures for the government. She did $1 million out of her garage. You know. And what's neat about that they could help you. The government has offices to help you for free to get those contracts. You don't have to hire an accountant. You don't have to hire a lawyer. You don't have to do any of that stuff. There's free people that the government pays to help you get a contract and do that forever, okay? And that's what's important, that you realize that. And you don't, because they don't advertise. Nobody knows about this. So it's important that you find out for yourself and that you take it upon yourself. You have to do some work. See, that's the thing. I think the thing maybe it was for me when I started, you know, trying to figure out how to get money myself and didn't have the background or money or anything like that, is you have to talk to people. None of us know what's out there, and it changes too quickly anyway. And also, it works differently for all of us. I could make one thing work for me because I'm different and I see different things. You have to make something different probably work for you. So that's a trial and error method. And that's why everybody's going around trying to find the magic, you know, 5 less steps to get some $1 billion or something. There isn't. It's different for all of us. Everyone has a different process they have to do to figure it out. And the only way you're going to figure it out is by trial and error. It's like, you want to ride a bike? You just don't get on the bike and travel for 100 miles. Oh, yeah, I know how to do that. No. You have to get on the bike and realize you're going to fall off a whole bunch of times before you figure out how to do that. The same thing if you want to do something new in life. You're going to get on the thing and fall off a whole bunch of times before you get there. Give this administration a little time and you'll see amazing. Well, I guess, I don't know. I just see hurt, Rob, that so many people are hurt. And I guess maybe because I live in Washington and I see people right in the building I live in that are been working for agencies on special topics for years and years. And they came in one day and were fired at noon and had to leave at the end of the day. I mean, we're not that broke. We need that money, I think. And have to hurt people. So that's, and invest in. I mean, we have things we have to invest in for the future. And we have to get where we're not having so much inflation and it doesn't look like that's solving. Because wages are, to me, the key thing. Wages have not gone up in the last 30 years for 90% of our economy. So 90% of the people only saw their wages go up for the past 30 years by 30%. That's it, 30%. That's all that went up. And it's like that for everything. Net worth, okay? Like who's collecting net worth, okay? Here's the net worth of the top 1%. Here's the net worth of the bottom 90%. Over 50 years, it went nowhere. It's the same thing for wages. The top umpteen percent, the top 1 or 2%, they grew like 300%, and the bottom grew by just 30%. But over the same period of time, so 90% of the workforce in this country, wages grew by 30%, but inflation over that same period of time grew by 300%. So nobody is making enough money to pay for cost of living. I mean, 90% of it, are not making enough money to keep up with the cost of living. Now, that seems the kinds of things to work on, or healthcare. Healthcare is, we pay twice as much for healthcare than any other country in America. Yeah, and we have a shorter lifespan than 50 countries. There's 50 countries that have longer lifespans than us. So we're not doing well on healthcare and treating people with healthcare. And then in the current budget, what they're doing is cutting free healthcare out by $1 trillion and giving $1 trillion to the top 1%. Now, why are we doing it? This is the country's wealth. So if you're giving it a taxpayer, if they don't have to pay taxes anymore worth $1 trillion. I mean, you and I have to pay that $1 trillion. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that doesn't come from. And so what happens to pay that $1 trillion that they're not paying? The government has to borrow money. Okay, so when they borrow money, they have to pay income on the money. And when you pay income on the money and borrow it, you usually borrow it from rich people. Rich people are going to get $1 trillion back from the government. They're going to lend it back to the government, and you and I have to pay interest to the rich people to borrow the money back from them. Well, that sounds a little crazy to me. Yeah, it's a little biased, I understand that. But here's a program we have that helps you cut your utility bills, okay? And they give out like $8 billion a year, okay? And the first year it went out, the bottom 25% got $1 billion. The top 25% got almost $6 billion. So the top 25%. Now, why do they need money to cut their utility bills? I guess that's the law and it's legal. But it seems that people really need that. They didn't get hardly any money. And that's because they don't know, or whatever. And the rich people know, and they'll do it. And I don't know why we give it to rich people. Why do they need money? We're going broke. People have no money to live. And then we give billionaires $1 trillion. Crazy. But that's not sure all our problems. Let's see. God bless you all. Thank you to Misty. Hi. I learned how to get a government contract. Check out. Okay, yeah, we have a class on that. That's great. Daniel Tobin. Hey, Missy, there were you to find out live events. Yes, we're live. I think that's the best thing we have now in Let's Go Help. I mean, for only $20 a month, you're able to, if you go to the, okay, so Let's Go Help too. You have to be a member to get in Let's Go Help too. And now it's only $1. So you could pay $1 and be a member, and for 5 days to get a feel for what it is, and how we're going to help people and how we do it. Now I can't find my, let's go. Too much paper. Add it here a minute, doctor. Let's go dollar. There it is. Let's go dollar. Okay. So then you could go and find out. So for $1, so within a few minutes, you'll have access to us. And then you could go over to our calendar and see our calendar. Okay, today is the 23rd of July. So at 3 o'clock today, so that's in an hour or two, right? What do we got? Almost 1 o'clock. Okay, we have a live workshop on using AI to get grants. AI is the greatest thing on the internet to help you get grants. Next to us, of course. But it is. It's wonderful because you don't want to use Google to get grants. Google's terrible to get grants because you won't find the free grants. You're going to find people who want to solve your problem. And that's not it. But you can go to AI and just say, like, I want help, money and help to solve a problem. So you say something like, show me 50 organizations that are nonprofit or government offices. That's the key thing put in. Nonprofit or government offices, because they're the only people in America that give out free money. Everybody at .com can't afford that. They give a little like we do, but it's not like the real big enchiladas, the whales of the. So you say, give me 50 organizations in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, uh, from nonprofit organizations that give money and help to pay my living expenses. Okay? 50 organizations that are nonprofit and, or government offices that give money to pay living expenses in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's what you go to one of those free ones, and the AI is free. I mean, there's upgrades so you can get a little more special ones, but you don't need that. You use the free one, and that's good enough. Okay, and then you'll get them there, and everything. Just like what we give you. Every website we give you will only give you money. Every website that we show you will only give you money. So right now, if you go to our web page and you slip on the left-hand side, there's like a table of contents. So you go down there to unlock my goals, and you'll see unlock your goals, pay your bills and expenses. And there's one for start a business. There's one for buying a home and housing help. There's one for healthcare assistance. There's one for launch a nonprofit. And there's one for boost your career. So every one of those reports, and they're really step-by-step things. I mean, so if you put in start a business, okay, you put in start a business, and you get, okay, start a business, okay, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 modules that go through to find all the free money and help to start a business. The first one is the most important one. If you're going to do anything, and even if you're not a member, you follow this first, and I'll show you where to go to get this. But you want to make an appointment with a mentor, a free mentor. That's how to find out about things. That's how to get help. You can't understand Google. Everyone in Google wants to get your money, so it's worthless to even start there. You want to get help, people who help people like you. There's too much information for you to use a resource like Google that just gives you a whole shitload of stuff. They're getting a little better at it because they're using AI. But it's basically useless. And what you have to do, so even if you do that, you only want to contact the people that are .gov or .org. And when you contact them, you want to make an appointment to talk to them, because it's too complicated for you to read something on the internet and believe you understand what that means. And you never apply for something before you talk to somebody there to see if it's worthwhile for you to apply. So, and that's kind of help you'll get, on any of these things, whether it's getting rid of debt, starting a business or housing or healthcare, whatever, is talk, talk, talk. And people don't like to do that. I know it was hard for me in the beginning too. But you have to, because that's the only way you're going to get help. Because it's too hard to understand what all this gobbledygook on the internet is. Too many people trying to scam you to understand and get through free without getting hurt. And there's people that even say they're me. In other words, they use my name and my image and everything, and they say they'll get you a grant or whatever, as long as you send them $500 or something. It's not me if they're asking for more than $20. All we ever do is ask for $20, and that keeps us going. And it keeps us going so well that we give most of that money back. Not most, but we have a profit of $50,000 to $70,000 every month that we give back to members. So that's what we do. We are here to help people. The only way I feel at my age I'm going to grow is if what I call love harder. And because I can't get stronger, I can't get faster, I can't get smarter. At 82, none of that stuff gets better. So, but I feel what I can do better is love people better. And I think that's one part of our human nature that we could all use better. And what's so neat about love, it feels so good when you do it. Okay? And then you help somebody else, and it's contagious. And that's what the members see. The members, appreciate the opportunity to help other members because they realize too how good it makes you feel to love other people and help other people. Starting to sound like this is a church or something like that. No, I'm not in churches. I'm into making a living and helping people. And to me, the ideal living is how you figure out to make money to that you help people something and that it's worth it to them, so they give you money. I mean, that is just the ultimate of life. So you're helping other people with your work or your talent or whatever it is, and it's so good they give you money. And anybody could do that. You like fixing things. Well, you know what you could do? You could just say, I fix things. You're a handyman or something. All right. Okay, you could go to this. TaskRabbit, TaskRabbit. That's a gig place where people go, oh God, I need somebody to put this light bulb or whatever the hell it is. And you're there. And it costs you nothing. And all of a sudden you're in business. Okay? You don't have to worry about getting paid because on TaskRabbit, make sure you get paid. They do all the thing. It's so easy to make money now with anything. I just did a thing on Instagram. I did it here before. It is how to make cakes at home. And it's on, let me see if I could find it. If you want to know how to make money in your kitchen, okay? You like baking, you like cooking and things like that. Well, you can make money doing that at home. And it don't cost you anything, or very little, $100 or some kind of thing. Maybe you have to get some license somewhere. But there's free help for you to do all that too. That's the other thing. You're going to Google trying to find help to be sell cakes from your kitchen, and everybody's going to, charge you money. Well, here, let me show you. I find a great report that shows you all you need to know to do that at home. And then there's people that will sell them for you, like Etsy, E-T-S-Y or something. Okay, let me see. Cakes. Okay, you don't need any degree or technician or anything. Okay, here's one you want to go. Shopcastiron.com. S-H-O-P, cast, C-A-S-T, iron, IRON.com, okay? And then you'll see they have sell homemade cakes online, okay? Homemade cakes online. You like to maybe sell cookies, maybe you sell, I don't know, your bread or whatever. But there's a step-by-step how to do it. If you need help going through those steps, it's all for free, And where do you go get that for free? Well, for us, if you go to the left-hand side and start a business, and we show you all these places. And by the way, if you want to go to us, you could start it now and go to letsgodollar.com, okay? And then you go to the left-hand side, and within the next 5-10 minutes, you can be there and be on the left-hand side and click on, and then there'll be a phone number there, who to call locally, and make an appointment to see a mentor, to take that information that I just gave you for shopcastiron.com to help you make up to $100,000 or more in your kitchen. That's what people are doing. But it takes effort, it takes focus on your part. It does not take money. It's effort and focus, okay? And that's the important thing, that you have to have the focus and the effort. It's so easy to get distracted. That's why you want to stay away from Google. Start your podcast. You want to start a podcast, the same thing, okay? There's 2 good websites to find organizations that will help you do that for free. What you want is talk to an expert. You want to talk to a mentor that help you start a podcast. You don't want to go to Google and find how to start a podcast, because people there's going to be 20 million people who are going to charge you money for this. You want to get free help And that's available in a couple of ways. One is you go to findhelp.org, and put in your zip code and put in business. And then they'll show you places there to help you start any kind of business. And there could be lots of places. The other place is, this is a good website for a nonprofit organization that has been doing this for a lot of years all over. And they're called Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC.org. Okay, Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC.org. You put in your zip code, and then you'll find out their local office is in every county, and you make an appointment. You call them up, make an appointment, and sit down, tell them what you want to do and what you think you need to do it, and ask for advice on how to get all this done. Okay, that's two. And did I give you two yet? Then another place is, well, actually, here's a place. Because there's probably it could be 50 to 100 organizations where you live that help you find money and help for any kind of business. And this is where you could use AI to do that. So you don't have to give us $1. You could use AI. But if you want to give us $1, and we'll show you all this, is letsgodollar.com. Okay, letsgodollar.com. But if you don't want to give us $1, you could go to ChatGPT.com, and ChatGPT.com, use the free service, and put this in there. Oh, no. Oh, I see. No, actually, I did it. I forgot I did this. I have a sample. You don't have to use ChatGPT. Go to this website, and it shows you how to do it, and it gives you a sample. I forget what city it's in, but it'll show you how I found it using ChatGPT, and this is better. So you go to tinyurl.com, tinyurl.com, okay, and then / let's go local business, tinyurl.com / let's go local business. And you'll see what's neat about that. Every state now has special help just for women who want to start a business. They have special help just for entrepreneurs that want to, for veterans that want to start a business. They have special help for people with disabilities that want to start a business. Can I have a shout out? Who you are? Dixie Normus? Or is it enormous? Yeah, well, you know what I think. That's okay. What I think is reported in your channel. I'm not sure what that. I get a lot of funny things in the chats for what thing. Oh, I have disabled twin boys, nonverbal, globally disabled, mass mutation, only 12 other people have it on the planet. I'm sinking. I'm so broke. I need serious help. I have no family. Okay, live free or die. Okay, here's what to do. I guess you don't have $1. If you have $1, go here. Okay, letsgohelp.com. You get 5 days of unlimited help from us. Okay, here's some other phone numbers you can call right away. Call Capitol Hill Switchboard, 202-224-3121, 202-224-3121. That's your senators and congressmen. They're there. They'll be able to point you how well they do it and when. Everything is a crapshoot. You don't know. They're there to do the problem, solve the problem, whether they do it or not. It's same thing. You call Comcast. They may fix it. They may not. Life is that way. Don't count on any one thing, me or anybody else. You have to keep going and find alternatives, if you really want to solve the problem. And you have to keep the energy up to keep doing that. And that's why we have Let's Go Help. We have 15,000 people that help you do that. And that's why we have 4, 5, 6 hours of live chats to help you get the problem in you. It's a video, so you see people and talk to them. about how they did it. They tell you how they did it. So you could do it too. But, so call this number, and then go to, let's go, no, findhelp.com. Oh, paper everywhere and not a thought to think. Okay, that, consumer price index, find help, there's the find help. Okay. Findhelp.com, okay. Findhelp.org. Go there and put in your zip code. Then put disability, and you'll see there's 300 organizations. Now it becomes a pain in the ass, okay? And you have to start calling people. You keep calling and calling. I mean, just sit on the phone every extra minute you have, because that's the way you're going to do it. You're not going to get it done other. Also, I put in a lot of free medical and dental. Here's a free report that if you're not a member, you could download this. tinyurl.com/Let's Medical Dental. Okay. Now, this is most of the report that we have for Let's Go Help that people have when they have dental problems, so that we share that with you. My whole mission in life is not to make as much money as I can. I can't buy enough suits the way it is. That's probably my only guilty pleasure is buying more crazy suits. I can get them so cheap now, it's amazing. I used to have to pay $1,000, then it got to about $300. Now it's down to $50 or something. It's crazy, but it's fun and makes me laugh and joyful. And also when I walk down the street, everybody smiles at me. And I go anywhere and there's people treat me like gold. I don't deserve it. They don't know me, but it's there. So my mission is to make sure everybody who lives in this country realizes how important these programs are. Realize how you could take advantage of them, and they really help you in your life. Realize that every rich person in this country, gets so much money on this, more than any welfare queen will ever get. Man, talk about welfare queen. Elon Musk, anybody get money? I mean, he gets $6 million a day. See, that's not bad to do this. It's there. It's legal. If you don't like it, that's true. Well, then vote for the people who don't do them. It's the law. We have a democratic system that decides to spend our money this way, but you have to know about it, because they don't give them money to advertise that they're doing this. So you're going to Google trying to find this help, and it's not there. From what it sounds like he orders the material from my Temu, has them build it the way. No, Temu doesn't do custom, but Temu has some fun stuff that I've gotten for Temu. A suit for like $50. It's great. But what I do normally is I have fabric made. You can get fabric made in this country for like $10 a yard or $12 a yard. So I get an image. I go on let's say Fiverr, and get an image, hearts or question marks or whatever, and then I send it to Spoon Flower, and they make up fabric. I say 5 yards of fabric, with this image, and they have 20, 30 fabrics to choose from. So I choose a fabric, and then I have them send the fabric to Vietnam. Okay, and in Vietnam, they'll make the suit for like $50 or whatever. Now, the biggest expense is paying for the postage back and forth. I think it's like $100 of its pants and suit or something like that. So it's easy. At the beginning, man, it was terrible figuring this out. And that's why the longer you do something, the better you get at this. And so that's what, it's so important. So many people hate the government, and that's what stops people from taking advantage of it, because they just have negative thoughts about the government all the time, and they forget that these are people in the government just like people like you and I. They're just, have a job. and their job is to give out money. Um, and sure, they're not all perfect. And neither am I, neither are you. None of us are perfect. But it's somehow when we're looking for help, we want that person to be perfect, right? But we're not perfect. So what the, you got to give people a slack, or else you're not going to take advantage of what the country has to offer. And that's why you have to get a mindset that, okay, a lot of this shit is not going to work. A lot of the stuff you have to learn how to do it. So it's not how you would like it to, be done. It's done for some other reasons. These programs are not set up in a way, they didn't ask you how to set them up. They just said, what's your problem? Oh, you can't pay for this? Then they'll pass a law and figure out how people get money to pay for this. Uh, and, and then they do it their way. And when they do it their way, that's 500 people on Capitol Hill deciding how this money should be given out. 500 people. So you have to please 500 people. So that's why it's so complicated. Or it is complicated because you don't realize it. If you learn, it is. I mean, same with personal relationships. We're all fucked up, right? So you learn, kind of realize we're all screwed up. It's easier to love people when you see that they're trying like hell. We all are. We're all trying like hell to get through this life, and we don't know what to do. We're all guessing. That's why I think what love is helping somebody else do whatever they want to do. Man, because they don't know what to do. I don't know what to do every day. I'm confused on what exactly the best thing for me to do. And I don't know. And it's a trial and error method. I just keep trying as many things I can before I die or before I go broke. And I don't know an easier way. You can ask for advice. It may or may not help. Most of it won't. But maybe a few bits can help you. But if you don't have money, you should never do that. Because it's no guarantee. But the problem is people who sell you the answer have learned a skill to how to make sure that you think they really know the answer to everything, but they really don't. They can't. Nobody does. They're guessing. But they can't charge a lot of money if they tell you they're guessing. So they have to be dogmatic, and this is the way it's done, and things like that. I just joined the membership today. I need help paying for property taxes. Of over $17,000 in San Antonio area. Okay, Sans, look in the bills section under unlock your goals. Okay, go to unlock your goals. Okay, and under there, there is a report. Oh. Okay, item number 2. First of all, make an appointment with a financial counselor. You have trouble paying money. But look at item number 2 under pay my debt and bills. Okay. Okay, and there's a video there. Watch that video, and then you'll see who to contact. There's special help for people who can't pay their what do you call it? Their property taxes, the rights, and to be able to say how to negotiate pay that. Okay. How to get companies to forgive my debt, yeah. Uh-huh. Where is that? Well, that's, yeah. The first thing to do is you contact the people who who collect. And most of them have programs for certain individuals to not pay at all, okay? So that's what you want to do first. And then after that, make sure go to findhelp.org, findhelp.org, and put in property taxes. See, you'll see the video. It's, okay, and that's the thing. Then you can also go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code, and then put in property taxes, and see if there's something there. But also in the beginning of this, in the first part, you want to make an appointment with a financial counselor. So first you make an appointment with a financial counselor. Then you see what kind of deals you could make with the people who give the property taxes, okay? Okay. And what else is there? So that's find help, property taxes. Yes, and there's another link that I have, AARP Foundation. RP, yeah, AARP Foundation. Okay, let me give you that link, yeah. Here's a database to do, that'll help you find that. But if you can't find help in this database, go the other places too. You have to keep going. If there's no help, you always have to keep going. Who is that? Okay. Okay. Let me send that out. Okay, Misty, you're a busy lady. Thank you. Rod, check out with Trucker Series. Okay. Okay. I just joined a membership today, 17 out of San Antonio. Okay. And if any of that doesn't work, you call your elected official because they could get these forgiven also. So it's going to be a lot of phone work, okay? Help with church with video production. Okay, if you need help with your church, a nonprofit organization, and video production, you want to pay for it or get free help, what I would do, again, is just look at it as a business, that you're trying to get this from the church to do this. Go over to this section on start your own business, okay? And make an appointment with a local mentor that you're trying to start a little part of the church is a business, so it's a nonprofit organization. So you need help paying for video production, okay, to see what's available locally. Harrison, what are your goals? Maybe, okay, I have glasses to match. Mr. Lesko, give information to contact a for-profit help. Is it possible to get like? Yeah, okay, you remember, Harrison, go over on the left-hand side, and there's under Unlock My Goals, there's a section there on nonprofit. So click on that and start making appointments. Okay, let's see who else here. Start Help Podcast, anything there. Stop with Angel and Anthony clearly. Okay, good afternoon. I love it. Okay, let's see, Matthew, I reported that I think it's channel because apparently they reported your channel for whatever reason. Who reported this channel? Reported for what? I don't understand that. I was paying $19 a month and didn't get any money or help, so I had to cancel after 6 months. Okay. It takes work, Miss Queen Diva, and that's what it is. It really takes getting it on the phone, because it's different in every city and every state. So you have to talk to people that are getting money to help people like you. See, the government gives money to people they're almost like, triaging, what you need money for. And then you have to follow up. So that's why a good place of that, even if you're not a member anymore, you can go to findhelp.org. And so if it's money to pay your rent, you put your zip code in and put rent. And now what it takes, though, is for you to start calling. I mean, if there's 50 people, that may have to be done. But you say 6 months and you haven't gotten anything. And so, when you're looking at 70 places, you think it's overwhelming, but it's not. If you take it a little by little, and you're certainly going to do it in 6 months, if you allow the time to do that. But because it's, calling is a pain in the ass if you haven't done it before, or really you just have, demons in your head that stops you from doing this. It was for me. I used to think, I used to get on the phone and say, ooh, what are these people going to do? I feel embarrassed. I don't know. And I'd get to the point where they say, what's going to happen? They're going to hand come through the phone and just choke me to death? No, nothing like that's going to happen. It's, will you feel uncomfortable? Yes. But you stop being uncomfortable when you see nothing really bad happens. I currently live in Las Vegas. Is there government grants for where I live? There's government grants everywhere. If you want to see, and what we do is show people that. So letsgodollar.com is you could try us for 5 days for $1. And this offer ends on the 25th. So between now and the 25th of July, you could get our services for $1. And that's unlimited. That's every day. Live members help each other. I'm trying to see, what do we have today for the calendar? Let's see what the calendar is. Okay, at 3 o'clock, I tell you, there's live. It shows you how to use AI to get grants. Okay, at 5:30, there's help for starting a business. Okay, at 7 o'clock, how to get debt free. What is that? Becoming debt free. Okay, so all the help that's available for that. That's at 7 o'clock. So look at those first three. I mean, there are three things right now. For AI, how to use AI to get grants for anything, how to start your business, and AI is at 3 o'clock, so that's about an hour and a half. Then at 5:30, there's start your business, and then at 7 o'clock, there's duty free. Then at 9:30, there's a Q&A, and then at 11 o'clock, there's nonprofit help. Wow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more hours today to get one-on-one help to apply to every grant you're eligible for. Remember, the government gives out over $4.8 trillion every year in these grants. $4.8 trillion. That's an average of $18,000 per person. That's an average. Some get more, some get less. Okay. And now for the rest of today, so that's way under the 5-day trial period. Today, there's 5 hours of people, experts, that have gotten this money before, that show you how they got this money, okay? 5 hours just today. Tomorrow it starts again. And that's why I think this is the most incredible thing that's ever been on the internet. You've never seen anything like this. And then after 5 days, then we charge $20 a month, okay? And that has been profitable for us so that we give grants back to members every month. And you get a list, there's hundreds and hundreds of people every month that get grants from us. So let us help you. Yeah. And that's it. And everybody helps you here, the 15,000, because they know how good it feels to help other people. So we want to help you. We want to help your neighbor. And you could take all this information and share it with anybody you know. Right now, for members, remember, go on the left-hand side and look for make my day, let's go to stay tuned, unlock your goals, join us, parents, grant writers, US Read, we care, navigate. What? Oh no, it's up in the beginning. Let's Go Reports. Go to Let's Go Reports. And on the second item there, It's called 500 mini grant reports. So in item number 2, you can download for your state. Every state is there. So we have 50 states there where you could download a report for each of those states that shows you 500 grants in your state. So if you give us $1, you will get that report for 50 states, that alone. You don't have to sign up for anything else. You don't even need to sign up for that. You just click it on and download 50 times, and you get them all. And then plus the rest of today, you have six hours of one-on-one video to help you with any of those problems. Where the hell are you ever going to get something like that? I mean, I've been doing this for 50-some years, so I know there's nothing like this. For $1, there's nothing like this for $20, which you normally charge. It's just people, I don't know if you're scared of the government or whatever. This is your government, okay? Trying to build a container home. Lots of help for that. Go to hud.gov/counseling and ask for help. Go to findhelp.org. Put in your zip code, then put in housing and start looking for help, okay? Do you want to build a home for yourself, or you want to build it for other people too and make money out of it? Because then you have a business and you get other free help for that. Okay, invite Matthew, let's go help to join. So this is for everybody living in America. Legal, illegal, most of the stuff is for everybody. Sure, there's some only for legal immigrants, but a lot of it isn't, because we're nice people. We want to help each other, okay? So let us help you, please. That's what we're here for, is to help each other in life. And that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, is help people as much as I can, because that makes my heart grow. And if my heart growing, then I feel I could still contribute in America and still grow and still do things and get joy out of life. You can't get joy out of life if you're a taker. You get joy out of life if you're a giver. Yeah. And so we all can help each other. When you learn this process, and what is the great things that are available, then you could help people too. And you help anybody. You could take the information. You get, for $1, then there, look, you can find. You send that 500 grant report to all your friends, everybody you know in your family. And we're going to be better than that. And when they get that, they'll see in their state, there's about 6 items under headquarters of the 500. They're broken down in these categories. One is for paying your bills and debt and expenses, okay? All the major programs in your state for that. The next one is for buying or selling a home, or fixing up a home. So it's all the housing and rent and mortgages and things like that. So all about the home. Then the next one is for getting a job, and getting training, paying for education or paying for skill sets. That's the most important thing. I think that's the best thing the government has now, is giving you skills, giving you money to pay for you to get skills. There's even programs in the government that will pay you money to live on while you're learning those skills to get a $100,000 a year job. No degree. There's plenty of jobs out there with no degree for $100,000, but you have to get the skills. And the government will pay you to get the skills. So they show you that there. Then the health care and dental care and even pet care. For every state we have that, where to do that. And that's just one of the thousands and thousands of things we have as a member that you can take advantage of. And that's what I think is cool beans, man. But I'm biased, so don't trust me. But it's only $1 for 5 days. And then after that, it's $20 per month. So you got 5 days for $1, then $20 a month. Then as long as you stay, it's $20. And you apply for grants. Now you can't apply for our grants by just a trial. You have to be a full-page member, so after 5 days, then you can apply to our grants. And that's where we give out $50,000 to $70,000 in money every day, every week. Okay, let's see if we can help some people. What do you have? Okay, let's see. Members. Looking forward to seeing you at 3 p.m. Ah, Roger. Excellent. I have some acquaintances that are waiting for this offer. I'll let them know it's back on. Great. I think a Let's Go Help subscription is the best value. Well, I believe that, right, Sabrina? Let's see. Who's on YouTube that we could help? What government grants have you got from the government, and how much money has you got? Me, or who you talking to? The government gives out an average of $18,000 to every American. If you want to get the names of all the people who got it here, if you want to see names, look at, we have a website here called Let's Go Scam. People think I'm a scam because it makes it sound too easy. It's not easy. It's real money, and it's there for you, but you have to put some effort into doing it. The people say you're a scam because they haven't applied or they didn't put in the effort to do that. You know, and there's lots and lots of ways to do this. So if you go to letsgoscam.com, and they're the names of people, you can watch their videos, tell you about this. And if you're a member, you know, tonight we got 6 people. For $1, you can talk to 6 people who've gotten money, because they're all going to be live, so you could ask them how they got their money. Okay, so that we have 6 live, you know, workshops of people tell you how they got the money, so you could learn how to get it too. So that's what's going to be going on. That's what you want to take advantage of. Okay. letsgodollar.com. Okay. Any other questions? Anybody? How about TikTok? I know a lot of people there. Congrats. Gigi, so much out there, so much. It is. Find Help Me Out. Put in your zip code. That's right. The sites again for container home. Can you tell me this? Well, what I would do for, if you want to build container homes, I mean, do you want to sell them or you just want to build one for yourself? On your container home. Lovely, Gigi. Is that for yourself or what? Well, if you want to build it as a business and figure it out, then get mentors that help you start a business. Okay. Okay, go to, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought here. That's what happens when you get old. So what you want to do is get a mentor about that business idea. A good place to start that is to go to sba.gov/lesgo, no, sba.gov/local-assistance, sba.gov/local-assistance, okay? That's one source for all those people. And so you tell them, I have an idea, I want to start building these, can you help me? And you make an appointment. You're not going to get anything unless you make an appointment and talk to people. So please do that, okay? And you could also go to this free website. It downloads and shows you how to use AI to get all the organizations in your state that help you start anything. And there'll be 100 or two, and I show you how to do that in this report. And it's all free. The report's free, and using AI is free. So you go to tiny, TINY, URL.com/LESCO, LESKO, local, LOCAL, business. tinyurl.com/LESCO, local, business. Okay, Neutron, what do you need help for? What time is the help for small business grants? Okay, look in the table of contents over at the calendar, okay? And that's at 5:30 today, Small Business Grants Workshop, okay? Yes, if you own bills at the DMV, call your elected official. They could help you with that. And you have lots to call, and they all have power to do this. You go to common, COMMON, cause, CAUSE.org, commoncause.org. And then you look for Find My Representative. And you put that address information, and you get a whole list. And start calling every one of them until one of them help you. Let's see. Your fan club has completed the first stage of the club quest. Club cheers have been unlocked for all fan. 2 sentences. Don't know what fan club I didn't know I have a fan club. Is that a TikTok thing? I got a fan club. Well, listen, you're my fan for $1. So come on, join us. Let me show you how good this stuff is. You'll never find anything like this. I've been doing this 50 years. So it's letsgodollar.com. You get 5 days for $1. Unlimited one-on-one help to apply to every grant, plus all the, you can't apply to our grants, but you can apply to 750,000 government grants. That's my estimate about how many there are. And plus you get one-on-one help here, okay? And you download a report, a free report on 500 grants just for your state, okay? All the other stuff, lots of stuff here, lots of help. And let us help you get help, because it's free, and ours is $1, so that's almost free. Take care. Thank you for being there, and please let us help you or somebody. Remember, there's help out there. There's a lot of nice people in this country, but you got to find them, okay? And they're usually not on Google or on, in the internet.